Hello and welcome to DriveSpark. The much awaited and highly recommended Honda CB500X is finally here in the Indian market. How good is it on the highways? How does it handle the twisties? And more importantly for the ADV crowd, how good is it off the road? We're here to answer these questions for you and tell you what this motorcycle is all about. Let's go. The Honda CB500X features angular bodywork with a flowing design. The panels and the way they are arranged make it look very similar or inspired by the bigger Africa Twin. Up front is an LED headlamp with LED DRLs, and right above it is a tall windscreen that is adjustable in two positions. It also gets long radiator shrouds. The engine too plays a major role in the design and styling of the motorcycle. The twin downpipes look like a piece of art and adds to the overall design and styling element of the motorcycle. The rear features a simple and no fuss design with really large grab rails and a simple LED tail lamp. It features multiple spoked wheels and pedal disc brakes, which adds to the overall styling of the motorcycle. The Honda CB500X is powered by a liquid-cooled 471cc parallel twin engine with a maximum power output of 46.93 bhp at 8500 rpm and a peak torque output of 43.2 Nm at 6500 rpm. The rear wheel is driven by a 6-speed gearbox assisted by a slip and assist clutch. Now on paper, it does look like the power output and peak torque output of the motorcycle is low. But how does it feel on the road? Let's find out.
Upon thumbing the starter button, one is greeted with a deep, bassy rumble which isn't too loud at all. When the throttle is twisted enough, the soundtrack changes from the low, bassy rumble to an aggressive growl. As it approaches the red line, the sound turns into a screech. Acceleration is linear and effortless until the motorcycle reaches well above cruising speeds. As mentioned earlier, the figures don't look all too great on paper. However, while astride the motorcycle, things are quite different. The engine doesn't mind being revved. In fact, it is quite happy being revved. However, the best that this engine has to offer comes when one rides the torque wave that starts at around 2500 rpm and goes all the way up to 6500 rpm. Roll-on accelerations are handled with ease. Accelerating from 70 to 100 km per hour in 6th gear takes just over 5 seconds, while the 70 to 120 km per hour run in top gear is done in just under 7 seconds. The primary requirement for an ADV tourer is comfort over long distances, and the Honda CB500X checks this box right away. The seat is soft and supple, and the suspension handles almost all roads with aplomb. As mentioned earlier, cruising at triple-digit speeds is this motorcycle's forte, and at this speed, the suspension soaks up all bumps and potholes like they were non-existent. Out on the highway then, this motorcycle is a star. The suspension is more off-road biased, and hence there is quite a bit of nosedive upon braking hard. One of the most popular questions that will be asked about the Honda CB500X is regarding its performance off-road. It is not a hardcore off-road motorcycle, but is more of a soft-roader. Broken stretches of road are handled with ease, and the Honda CB500X keeps the rider and pillion comfortable even when the road ends. When taken off the beaten path, the Honda CB500X doesn't hesitate one bit. It rides on Dunlop Trail Max tires, and these tires, though biased towards off-roading, are quite grippy on the road as well. On the soft sand that we rode on, the wheel spun quite a lot. When shown some harder ground, it grips hard. It rides on a conventional telescopic fork up front and a 9-step adjustable monoshock at the rear. The 19-inch front and 17-inch rear wheel setup makes sure the motorcycle handles well off the road. Braking duties are handled by a 310mm pedal disc up front and a 240mm disc at the rear. The brakes offer decent bite and provide lots of feedback to the rider. The Honda CB500X features a rather upright riding position, and the foot pegs are positioned to provide a comfortable stand-up riding position. At 830mm, the seat height is on par with other adventure touring motorcycles in its segment. Sliding the Honda CB500X around on loose ground was fun, and we could do it all day long. The Honda CB500X comes with a few important features like dual-channel ABS, Honda Ignition Security System (HISS) with an immobilizer, full LED lighting, analog digital instrumentation, etc. It comes with an analog tachometer for engine speed and a negative backlit LCD screen displays all necessary ride information like the speedometer, odometer, trip meters, clock, gear position indicator, etc. Towards the bottom right of the LCD screen is a digital rev counter as well. The Honda CB500X comes with a dedicated hazard light switch with the emergency stop signal function. When the rider brakes really hard, the motorcycle senses that it is an emergency braking situation and turns on the hazard lights. Quite a handy feature then.
It has been a great day of riding the Honda CB500X. It can take you great distances in extreme comfort. At Rs 6.87 lakh ex-showroom, it sits right between the Benelli TRK 502 and the Suzuki V-Strom 650. Now at that price point, would you want to go for a motorcycle with a power figure less than 50 bhp is a question to be asked. Yet it feels much more than that figure that Honda is giving us. So this is a great motorcycle with a brilliant engine. It is a gem of an engine. To the right person, it is still very much value for money. That's it from us for now. Thanks for watching.